Good day to you, my name's Jaso, and today I'm going to show you how I put together my kitbashed Kannonwagon. The Ork Kannonwagon is a Forge World model that's actually no longer produced, but it's basically a battle wagon with a super cannon stuck on top, like the picture on the screen. But I think we can do better, or at least cheaper. Let's start off with the base bits here. Ignore the coffee. There we go, that's better. So our main base bits here is a Tamiya 135, I think it's a Panther tank that one of my friends gave me that he didn't bother finishing, so it's going to be looted by me. And the turret is actually just a toy that had like flashing lights inside. I think it's around a 124 scale Abrams M1. Alright, let's start with the base bits. At the top we have a cupola. Let me just check that. Okay, apparently it's cupola. Anyway, right, so the cupola at the top is from another 135 model. I don't know which one, I'm sorry. The little tank commander inside, we'll come back to that a little bit later on. The bits at the side are just bits of plasticard, bits left over from other kits that I've just stuck alongside to give it that orky look. And the tracks are a thin bit of plasticard with sprue cut round. I've used some GW sprue, which has like a trapezoid shape, and some cylindrical Gundam sprue to make the tracks. We're at the same part of the build right now. You can just see it from the other side, and you can see how big the actual gun is. This is actually the inside bit from the shampoo pump bottle that was from the hover tank build that I did before. Now we get to the real orkifying. All of the bits of plasticard are roughly cut around the sides. The rivets are just bits of cylindrical sprue, again from a Gundam runners, and just cut very, very small and stuck on as giant rivets. The big shooter on top is just two Ork shooters stuck together with some extra bullets around the side. I think it's from the actual big shooter apart from the boys kit. The other big shooter on the hull is just a couple of bits of cylindrical sprue stuck together. The little bit of circle is actually from the Gloom Knight Gitz Night Goblin's shield that I filed down and stuck on, because I'm mainly using this for my Grot army. Okay, there's a lot going on in this picture, so we'll start from the top. The main part we can see in this picture is a flag. It's actually made from some sprue from a Gundam kit that I've cut down, added some bits, and made it kind of look like a Japanese kind of flag. The bit on top is from a Stormcast Eternal. The rocket here is actually from the shoe from Metal Slug that you've previously seen on the Grot tank build. There is also the little aerial, which is actually from a hairbrush, so it's a little bit springy. And there's extra bits of gubbin stuck in the back, an extra spare wheel, for example. And just to show how my orks loot everything, there's a little raven wing sign underneath the rocket as well. Back to the cupola we can see here. I don't know where the red armor panel with the teeth came from. It came in a bag of bits, again, that my friend gave me. It looks cool, fits perfectly. The tank commander is a Soviet Goblin tank crew, but it's not really Goblin size, it's more Ork size, but fits in there quite nicely. Here's the entire Kannonwagon just before painting. The main prime here is a Mig Jimenez sand primer, which I don't think they make anymore. Mig Jimenez, if you're listening, please can you start making desert primer again? I need more, thank you. I added a little bit of white to the primer and did a little bit of a zenithal highlight on some of the armor panels, just to make them pop a little bit more later on. All of the actual armor panels are painted with Army Painter tones. Now, I have this idea that my orks just loot everything that they find, so a lot of the transfers on here are from Ultramarines, AdMech, there's some Space Wolves, there's some Dark Angels, as you've seen previously. I've added the transfers of various different chapters and other armies. The whole thing gets hit with a mix of Nuln Oil and Agrax Earthshade, just to get into all those nooks and crannies and darken it down a little bit. Here's a quick size comparison. On the left is my hover tank I made previously, which you may or may not have seen. I'll put a link up in the in the top corner, and also there's a Redemptor Dreadnought in the middle, which most of you know how big they are, so you can see how big my tank is. And yes, the turret can turn. Again, a side-by-side size comparison with the Redemptor Dreadnought. And here is a very shaky flyby. Sorry about that. I'll have to get better at doing it. And here is my very, very cheap turntable. I do actually have one on order. It just hasn't arrived yet, so bear with me. Thank you very much for watching and sticking around to the end. If you like what you see and you'd like to see more, you can check out my other videos I've made. Please also consider subscribing, hitting the bell, and all those other things. Thank you very much. Cupola. Who'd have thunk it?